and this is my Skoda Kodiaq and I am gonna review it. The Kodiaq was launched in India in 2018. It is based on the Volkswagen Tiguan. At the time of launch, it had only one engine option, that was the 2.0 diesel, and just one variant. This is it, that's the style variant. Skoda later introduced an LNK variant. The front of the car looks very neat and clean. The lines are very straight. It looks pretty smart and muscular at the same time. It gets bi-xenon headlamps. It gets fog lamps, headlight washers. The side profile of the car also looks very neat. It doesn't look like an SUV in the first glance and looks more like a station wagon. It has got underbody protection. The doors open wide. All four doors get a pop-up rubber guard which protects the car from touching the other car or wall and goes back once the door is closed. Its wheelbase is around 2.8 meters. Although it's based on the Volkswagen Tiguan, but Skoda has made sure that it looks very different from that car. They have given certain signature elements of Skoda in this car. For example, this C-shaped LED tail lamp. This is to signify that this car is designed at Czech Republic. The rear end of the Skoda Kodiaq is very subtle. It's not at all flashy. It gets an all-time four-wheel drive system as standard. Other than the sensors all around, it gets a reverse parking camera and it gets an additional washing system for that. So whenever you switch on the front windshield washer, it washes the camera as well, because all the dirt that gets accumulated over here, it can be cleaned easily and you'll get a nice clear rear view. It gets a keyless entry and start system coupled with follow me home and welcome lights. There are three ways to open or close the boot. You can press the boot release button on the key fob or on the internal boot release button on the driver's door, or press the button on the boot itself. It gets a foldable parcel tray which can be removed and tucked under the floor when not needed. You get a removable torch with magnetic base which comes handy during a night tire change. Once used, it recharges itself in the boot. You get two bag holders and a 12-volt charging socket. Opening the third row seat is a one-hand operation. You can store the seats back with the help of this lever. Press this button to close the boot, or else you can use the key fob again. Pull this lever to open the bonnet. You get two hydraulic struts. To lock or unlock the car, simply walk towards the car or away from it with the key fob in the pocket, or you can press this button. You get two Skoda branded umbrellas which come in very handy during the rains, and they can be stored away in the door pockets neatly. There is a 3-zone automatic climate control. Both the driver and the front passenger seats get 12-way electric adjustment with lumbar support and 3 memory functions. You get a dead paddle to rest your left foot. You can store 1-liter bottle in the door pad, and you get a dustbin as well. The build quality of the switchgear gets 10 on 10. The storage space in the central console is huge. It also gets a 4-way adjustable armrest for both the passengers. and gets a smart two-way usable tray. There are two glove compartments on offer. The lower one has SD card storage and it is cooled. You can place your pen over here. Both the front sun visors get an illuminated vanity mirror and a ticket holder as well. You get steering mounted audio controls. The steering wheel is manually adjustable for reach and tilt. The analog instrument clusters on the style variants look very neat and they look good both during the day as well as at night. The column stocks are of high quality. They get the cruise control feature on your left hand side and front and rear wiper control system on the right. Push button start. Auto headlamps with front and rear fog lamps. It gets a 10 speaker Canton audio system with total of 575 watts output. From here you can control the radio, the Bluetooth apart from the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and also the built-in GPS navigation system. This feature allows you to see your vehicle status, range, fuel efficiency and other data, which also gets reflected on the screen between the dials. You can set the temperature on the 3-zone automatic climate control independently using the touchscreen as well. The Kodiaq gets beautiful multicolor ambient lights which can be controlled using the touchscreen menu. It also changes color in different driving modes. You get a button operated parking brake along with auto hold function. It prevents the car from moving ahead immediately after lifting the leg from the brake pedal. And it disengages after pressing the accelerator pedal. Then you have the button to select different driving modes. This is the automatic self parking system for which I'll make a separate video. The front passenger airbag can be turned off in case you have a baby car seat placed over there. This can be done with the help of the car key. You get 9 airbags in the Kodiaq. 2 Isofix car seat mounts. 3-point seat belts on all the 7 seats. Now let's get on the back seat of the Kodiaq. You get more than sufficient knee room and headroom. You get collapsible sunshades for the middle row passengers. One of the simply clever features of the Kodiaq are these airline style rear seat headrests with horizontal supports. Large rear armrest with 2 cup holders and these 2 cozy Skoda branded cushions. You get enough smart storage spaces on the back seat of the Skoda Kodiaq. A 12-volt charging socket sits just below the rear aircon controls. Rear central passenger seat is comfortable, but legroom gets hampered with the huge transmission tunnel. Overall, the entire cabin of the Skoda Kodiaq feels airy and a good place to be in. The controls for the sunroof are mounted on the roof. Getting into the third row of the Kodiaq is fairly easy. But the third row is good only for short-heighted passengers or kids. Driving the Kodiaq is just like driving any other Volkswagen Group car. It has very similar dynamics, the overall characteristics of the engine and the suspension. It drives very similar to the Skoda Superb or the Volkswagen Passat, except that it's a bit raised because it's an SUV or a crossover. And that's a great thing, that it doesn't drive like a typical body on frame SUV. There's no body roll even at high speeds when you maneuver left or right, or that little bit cornering that you would do in an SUV. There is no body roll in this car. It drives straight, so the passengers and the driver, everybody feels comfortable and confident. The high speed stability of this car is commendable. It feels like it is glued to the road. You are seated low as compared to any other SUV, but it's not as low as a sedan, so it's somewhere in between, and that's a comfortable space in between. The engine that we get over here is the 2-liter 150 bhp, and I personally feel that it is slightly underpowered for this car. The performance is adequate. It will do most of the jobs. The city runs will be fine. Even the highway overtaking will be fine. But it would have been great if Skoda would have given the 170 bhp tuned engine, which is available in the Skoda Superb. There is no complaint about the performance. It does the job. Overtaking is not an issue. It feels you are out of juice once you are at 4000 RPM. The fuel efficiency of the engine is pretty good because it is detuned and the vehicle is not as heavy as any other ladder on frame SUV. I am getting around 13 km per liter in the city, and on the highways it sometimes touches around 15 km a liter, which is very good. Wipers are automatic, even the rear wiper. With the available ground clearance and the underbody protection that this car has, you won't feel uncomfortable going on bad patches. I prefer driving this car on the regular roads and not on the off-roads because it's not a hardcore off-roader. It doesn't get that low gear, or it doesn't have any of those features like a limited slip differential or a brake locking differential. It has an all-wheel drive system which manages the four-wheel drive system on its own. You cannot manually intervene it. You can't make it a two-wheel drive if you don't need the four-wheel drive system. But you can control the system with help of the modes. For example, if you're driving in snow, there is a snow mode which alters the drive and the four-wheel drive mechanism as per the snow. So basically it senses that the car is slipping on the snow, so it will try to give that power away to some other wheel and let that wheel not freely move, and the car will keep on going. It won't get stuck in snow so easily as compared to any other regular all-wheel drive car. Other than that, the modes are very simple. It's a normal mode. We are driving on the normal mode right now. Then there is a sport mode, and then we have the eco mode. The eco mode, this car becomes very slow. The AC also starts cooling a bit less. And then you have the individual mode, which you can customize as per your needs. If you need the power to be less but the AC to cool more, so you can customize it. The outside rear view mirrors are big and perfectly sized for this car, and they give you a very good view of what's coming from the back. And so is this inside rear view mirror. It's a frameless rear view mirror. It looks very neat and clean, and it perfectly gives you the view. But remember, this is a very long car, so you might not get best of the views. While reversing, you definitely need the reversing camera. And if all three rows are filled with passengers, then you cannot see anything behind. The panoramic sunroof in the Kodiaq gives you a very airy feel. The car feels brighter. It already has bright interior, so it feels even more brighter when the sunroof cover is open. The sunroof doesn't open completely. It opens till the half of the point of the sunroof, but the cover opens completely and reveals the massive panoramic sunroof. The horn in this car is typical European style trumpet horn. It gets a 3-zone automatic climate control system, but I feel that the air conditioner is not as powerful as it should have been for our typical Indian climate. For the peak summers, those 40 degrees above summers, it takes a lot of time to cool the entire cabin, and it's a big cabin. And we have got 4 vents up at front and 2 vents over here. This is the style variant. You only get front and rear parking sensors, but in the LNK variant you also get a 360-degree car reversing system. So what that exactly does is that it has got, other than these 6 sensors which are already present, it has got 3 more cameras. One rear camera is common in between both the models. The LNK gets 2 cameras, one each below the rear view mirror and 1 camera at front. So what that does, it captures the view from all 4 sides. It stitches all the 4 camera videos together, and over here you can see how the car is reversing or going ahead from the bird's eye view. Also in LNK you get a complete digital instrument cluster. In this you get a partial small instrument cluster which is digital and you can see the basic graphics and all, but in the LNK it's entirely digital. Also this finishing on the LNK over here and on the door pads is all piano black, unlike this car. In this car you get piano black finish only over here in the center console. Everywhere else you get this fake wood type finish. Skoda later introduced a Scout model or a Scout variant, which was basically slightly stripped down variant of this one. I don't have enough details of that variant, but I remember one thing, that it had Alcantara seats in dark shade, unlike the leather seats in this one. So it looked really good from the inside, and it had the new Skoda emblem or the badge at the rear. Unlike the one which we have, the round logo, it had a proper Skoda lettering. This car has covered approximately 70,000 kilometers, and I feel it's still as good as it was new. The ride is still good, the power is still there, everything feels perfect. I think this car can easily last 3 lakh kilometers if maintained properly. And that was my review of the Skoda Kodiaq 2018. If you have liked this video, then please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel and share this video as much as possible. Thank you for your support. Take care.